painting to photography, from beadwork to woodworking, KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University presents Artbeat. Artbeat highlights the work and accomplishments of local artists from in and around Winona. Support for Artbeat is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Today on Artbeat, we're talking to Sydney Swanson about her film, Environmental Dance Shorts from Insite Dance Creative Practice from the Frozen River Film Festival 2022. We were able to gain more insight into what exactly her film was about, what her creative process looked like, and her inspiration behind the film. I'm Brylee Harris. Stick around as we hear more about the film Environmental Shorts from Insite Dance Creative Practice today on Artbeat. So I'm here today with Sydney Swanson. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain.
Awesome. Would you be able to give us just a brief overview of what your film was about?
Yeah. So I actually had a string of short dance film explorations that I edited all together so it ran consecutively for about 5 minutes. But I, over the last couple of years, have been making these short little site-specific dance films just on my phone out in nature and different locations. And, I got to show them at the film festival this year.
Awesome. Would you say there was anything or any specific inspiration behind the film that you created?
For me, each of them was created in a different location. Pretty inspired by just locations out in nature. So each of them I kind of created on the spot, sort of spontaneously. So I would say the location, scenery definitely inspired them.
Yeah, and then what kind of did your creative process look like while you were developing and creating your film?
Yeah, so for this specific process, it was very spontaneous and very in the moment, not too much planning going on. It's been kind of a way for me to keep creating little dance films without getting too hung up on, whether it's perfectly framed or edited right. So I would take short films or short clips of myself moving and then maybe do a little bit of editing, change up the speed, or add a layer, and then just kind of share them right away so that I'm not thinking about it too hard.
Yeah, so I know, so the whole thing put together was like around 5 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. But obviously there was a lot of work that went into it. So how much time would you say you spent overall for this film specifically?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not really sure, but because of how I structured this, like how I've been making these films, it actually doesn't take too much time. It's really just the time to, get the clip of me moving, which is anywhere from 30 seconds to a couple minutes. And then, I don't know, maybe it takes a little bit to edit them together, but it's actually a pretty quick process and kind of why I've been doing it that way, just so that I could focus on kind of getting things out there more quickly. Because otherwise, films and dance films can take quite a while, like hours of shooting and then tons and tons and tons of editing, which I like that too. But this has given me an opportunity to see different things, different themes that come up in the short films so that I can see what I'm being drawn to and what's coming up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It kind of relates a little bit to my next question, but I guess, did you feel that there was anything you learned after the entire process was over, whether that was maybe more about like yourself or dance or filming in general?
Yeah, totally. It definitely has shown me what I'm drawn to and what I've enjoyed playing with most. I really love water and just the way that water moves, whether it's like waves on a beach or in a stream or a river or I really love water, so I've used a lot of clips of water to overlay over me moving in a different space, and then kind of get to choose what's being shown and what's not. So the water might look like it's the sky or something like that. So I've seen those kind of themes come up, and then also, I don't know, I think it's helped kind of solidify in me the ability to call myself a dance filmmaker and artist. I think sometimes it's hard to call yourself an artist. So, yeah, just seeing, that I've been making these films over the last couple of years and how I've grown through the process has been really neat, too.
Yeah, so have you participated then in the Frozen River Film Festival before, or was this your first year showing your own film?
I have, actually. So Sharon Mansour is a friend and mentor and I guess colleague of mine, and she curated the dance film set this year, and I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago that she helped with another set, with like a local set, and I'm not sure on the specifics of that, but I had a short dance film in that set too, so that would have been, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Trying to remember, I'm not sure if there were other years that I was also showing anything.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
What, do you feel is your favorite part kind of about the entire process of creating your own film and, just being able to have that creative freedom to do whatever you want?
Yeah, I think just playing with different things. Like I said, I really have been getting into layering different clips onto each other. So just kind of the play and not taking it so seriously has been really great.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I feel like that is the really fun part about projects like that, is just being able to kind of explore it however you want, and creatively you get to really do whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't really have any more questions. That was a super short little interview there, but I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, no problem. Are you interviewing other people too?
Yeah, I talked to Sharon on Monday, and I had talked to her previously kind of before the Frozen River Film Festival, just because she was the guest curator this year. And so then it was kind of just a follow-up after her film. Nice.
And so Sharon and I actually got to work with Sharon on her film last year too. So that was cool because I got to show my own work, and then also the work that Sharon and I created together.
Yeah, and then you worked together this year too, right? Were you helping with her film, or am I getting that kind of confused with something else?
Yeah, yep. That's the one that she showed this year. We worked together on that one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well, I don't think I have any more questions, but it was great talking to you and getting to know more about your film and your creative process.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you again. Thanks again to Sydney Swanson for joining us today on Artbeat. For more conversations on art, tune into Artbeat Tuesdays at 12:30 right here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Brylee Harris, and we've just heard about the film Environmental Shorts from Insite Dance Creative Practice from Sydney Swanson on Artbeat.
Artbeat is written and produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us on the web at kqal.org.